There is a couple whose life flowed beautifully in a very romantic way. But in the meantime, this woman has a new relationship with someone who came to her for home repair work. However, because of this emotional transaction, not only the girl but also her husband have to suffer very badly. Join us for Infidelity in Suburbia, a gripping 2017 thriller. If you haven't seen it yet, don't wait any longer. Grab your popcorn and let's dive straight into the suspenseful journey. To begin with, you will see a couple getting intimate. In the meantime, a small child enters their room and says that he saw their little cat dead. However, this child is very amused. The reason for that is that he is the one who killed that cat. Next, we see the newlyweds Laura and Greg. Greg has a yacht for rent. Laura says that it would be nice if their kitchen was updated a bit. Greg says that there is no money at this time, but his wife scolds him that he has enough money to spend on a yacht. It was at this time that when they were looking at the newspaper, they saw a news that an old couple living in the area where they live had a house fire and died. While both of them are focusing on the newspaper, their little child falls off the dock and into the water. Suddenly, someone rushes in and quickly saves their child. This person's name is Elliot. This is also the main character in our story. They not only thank Elliot for saving the child, but also invite Elliot to come and participate in a party at their house. Mira, a friend of Laura who came to this party, says that the new friend you just met is very handsome. However, when these three people were talking in the kitchen that day, when they asked for Elliot's details, they announced that he was a contractor who renovates houses. After Laura gives her opinion, Elliot says that he will renovate the house for less if needed. Anyway, the husband also likes the work because the price is less. Even though Greg said that he wanted to be intimate that night, his wife did not give him the opportunity that night. The next day, while jogging with Mira, romantic stories are also told about this handsome boy who is about to repair the house. I don't know what would happen if I had a boy like that, says Mira. However, when Elliot shows the renovation plan to Laura, Laura is a little uncomfortable with his behavior. Meanwhile, Laura has gone to the washroom and she hears someone walking around in her bedroom. Although Laura didn't think much about this, it was none other than Elliot who came to the washroom and secretly watched Laura take a bath. However, when Laura went to the shopping hall that day, she met Elliot by chance. When Elliot offered his favorite drink to Laura's mouth, she accepted it. And now, as Elliot says, if he is not even from this city, when asked how he knows so much about this shop and the food here, Elliot says that he came here with his mother in the summer. Also, Elliot tells Laura a story about her mother's boyfriend cheating on his mother. During the repair work, Mira also came one day and talked to Elliot for a while. While asking about Elliot one by one, she asks if he has a girlfriend. However, the reason for Mira's happiness is after knowing that Elliot does not have a girlfriend. In this way, they started to get closer to each other. But Elliot does not tell anyone the details of where he lives. In the meantime, Laura's husband's yacht is being repaired and Elliot is being taken there. However, when Laura goes inside the yacht, she is shocked by what she sees. She realizes that two people are intimate in this. There are also underwears to be seen. Laura tells Elliot that her husband may have had an affair with another woman. While talking to Elliot about this, Laura says that she is a little suspicious about her husband's assistant Hannah. However, while looking for Hannah, Laura notices that she has uploaded a photo wearing underwear of the same color. Now that her suspicion is well confirmed, Laura gets angry and throws the phone into the water. However, when they went back to the boat and were talking, Laura told Elliot that she always wanted to have another child. Maybe her husband didn't like this because of his casual relationship. However, while comforting Laura, Elliot has his hand on Laura's leg and Laura also has her hand on Elliot's arm. When Elliot is looking at some of his old photos, it becomes clear to us that the little boy who entered the room when the couple was getting intimate at the beginning of this is none other than little Elliot. However, Elliot's mother is with another man in every photo that Elliot is looking at. Anyway, from the way all these photos are well torn, it is clear that Elliot has some big issue. As usual, Laura's husband came home late at night because of the doubt in Laura's mind. She asks if your assistant worked until tonight. Laura's husband says that I sent her early because she was too tired. Anyway, Laura does not give her husband what he wants that night either. With these renovations, Elliot comes to their house every day and Elliot has a great relationship with their little son. Not only that, when Laura went to take a shower early, Elliot entered the washroom with her for the first time and they spent a nice quality time. Now Laura, who has changed her mind a lot because of Elliot, comes directly to the dock where her husband's yacht is located, and to stop the relationship with it, she comes to talk for the last time. However, at this time, Laura's husband says that his friends told him that a couple came into his boat a few days ago and were intimate and found underwear inside his yacht. It is while telling this story that it becomes clear to Laura that the underwear she saw the other day must belong to this couple. However, Laura's husband did not give a proper answer when asked why Laura came to this dock. When they return home, they see Elliot playing with Jamie. While playing, Elliot tells this child that your father doesn't get time to play with you, but don't worry, I will always play with you like this. However, Laura came to Elliot and said that she had a misunderstanding about her husband. Otherwise, he has not had any casual relationship, that's why we can't continue our relationship. However, despite this, Elliot is not ready to back down. As soon as he finishes telling this story, he forcibly kisses Laura and keeps her in the kitchen, and these two become intimate again. However, it is clear from these photos that Elliot, who had this strange behavior and strange features, has been looking for Laura for a long time. Finally, this person removes the husband from the couple photos of Laura with her husband and pastes his photos. The next day, Laura comes out for repair work with her favorite flowers. Not only that, when I wish happy birthday, Laura says that my birthday is not today but tomorrow. However, when Elliot says that you were born in a different time zone, your birthday should be today, and her husband agrees to this and leaves after giving Laura a kiss. However, after Laura comes back in with Elliot, she scolds him for it. Laura is very afraid at this time that her life, her husband's, and her child's life will be destroyed because of Elliot. But Laura should have thought about this a few days ago. However, she is very angry and scolds Elliot, saying that you and I haven't any relationship and nothing to do with the repair work of our house. In this way, Laura was out of the house with the child the same day. When she came home and looked around, she confirmed that Elliot was no longer there, but Elliot was still hiding in this house. When Laura got ready to go to a birthday party with her friend that evening, when she left the house, her husband and her assistant Hannah had prepared a big surprise party for Laura for her birthday. Elliot is also coming to this party. At this party, Laura's husband introduces his assistant to Elliot. Even though the assistant is very attracted to Elliot, Elliot looks away jealously while Laura is very much in love with her husband. Finally, when Elliot left the party alone, Hannah followed Elliot and asked him if he would be bored and take me with him. Anyway, Laura's husband said something very strange to Laura that night. He says that he found something special in their pool that led him to discover that Laura is having a relationship with someone else. However, Laura's husband says they don't need to give me any explanation about this because I also didn't have time to spend more time with you, so mistakes are happening on my part. However, after this story, these two fell in love again and spent a sleepless night. Next, Elliot takes Hannah to his yacht. At this time, these two kiss and try to get together, but because Elliot is still thinking about Laura, Elliot can't do anything for Hannah. Anyway, Hannah is also very upset about this. She thinks Elliot is lifeless like this because of his shortcomings. Anyway, before Hannah goes, she just checks the yacht and finds some photos of Laura. That's when Hannah realizes why Elliot was angry at the party. Hannah realizes that he must have some connection with Laura. However, when Hannah is about to go out, Elliot strangles Hannah and kills her. As the relationship was renewed, Laura's husband also said before going to work that day, "We will go somewhere far for a big vacation in a few days." Elliot is eavesdropping on this conversation anyway. When Laura goes to her room where she has her studio for her work, Laura can see posters everywhere in the room saying that forever and ever Laura and Elliot true love. Meanwhile, after seeing Laura's child dragged to the floor while trying to climb the ladder, when Laura asks, "What are you doing alone in this room?" little Jamie says that I wasn't alone. I was with Elliot. However, when Laura comes out, Elliot is sitting in the car and says that you and your child should come with me now. In any case, Elliot is angry with Laura and says, "If you step inside my house one more time, I will call the police." At this time, Elliot grabs Laura by the neck and says that if you try to tell the police anything about me, everything you did with me will be told to your husband and baby. At this moment, Laura runs back to Jamie when she sees little Jamie looking at her. Next, Laura simply searches the internet to see if there are any reviews that other people have said about Elliot. Many people have written that Elliot is a psycho and should not be associated with him. But now Laura has grown up very late. Because Laura really wanted to find information about Elliot, she went to the said province to find the woman who wrote this review and was finally able to find her address. Finally, she gets a chance to meet this girl. Anyway, this girl tells Laura that Elliot ruined my whole family, so I don't want to talk about it. Please be careful of him and get out of here now. Meanwhile, a necklace of a girl walking on the dock suddenly falls into the water below the dock. However, when this girl puts her hands in the water to find this, Hannah's body, which was killed, emerges from the water. Anyway, Laura's friend Mira calls Laura's husband about this news. Elliot enters the house and anesthetizes Laura's husband and takes him away. Meanwhile, when Laura comes home, she finds out that her husband has left the house. Not only that, one of his photos is also seen falling to the ground and crushed. Finally, Elliot has taken Laura's husband to his yacht. Elliot beats Laura's husband, who is tied up. However, Laura is very suspicious that her husband disappeared while he was like this, but still she talks to Mira about this without telling the police. However, when Laura went to the bakery on the side that she doesn't go to often, she saw some old photos there, and when she asked the old woman who worked there, she found out that these were photos of Elliot and his mother. She also explains that Elliot's father died when he was a child. However, at that time, Elliot's mother wanted a suitable father for her child and was looking for a suitable person by dating a lot of people. But because Elliot had very strange behavior, Elliot's mother could not succeed in any relationship. This old woman says, that's because Elliot has always been there to protect his mother. However, after Elliot grew up, her mother seems to have gotten married. Elliot has been living in their basement ever since. However, this old woman says that suddenly their house caught fire and both her mother and her new husband died. Not only that, the woman continues to say that the police have not yet found anyone responsible for this death. However, Laura casually asks the old woman if Elliot has been here recently. This woman says that he came recently, and that he has developed a crush on a new girl, and that she's getting married soon. However, after hearing this story, Laura is very afraid that Elliot has already kidnapped her husband and killed him. As expected, when Laura returns to her house, Elliot has arrived at their house. Elliot tells Laura that there is nothing to stop us now. Have taught your husband a lesson so that he cannot come back between us, because now we can live freely with your son. In any case, Elliot insists to Laura at this time that I will never let you get close to your husband again. Right now, Elliot treats Laura the same way he protected his mother from getting a new husband. Elliot attacks Laura as Jamie watches, and Laura tells Jamie to go to his room. Finally, Elliot drags Laura by the hair to her room. At this time in the room, Laura thought that she should get rid of Elliot anyway. Laura actually says that she had an idea about Elliot at first, but now she wants to live freely with her husband and child, not to join Elliot. Laura's child is also tied to a chair and forced to eat. Meanwhile, Elliot watches Mira get out of their car and enter the house. As soon as the next meal was over, Elliot, who left Jamie in his room and took Laura inside the room, was intimate with Laura, and Jamie opened the door of the room, getting exactly the same experience that Elliot faced when he was a child. Seeing a shocked Elliot, Laura took this as a chance, jumped out of bed, hit Elliot with a glass bottle, ran away, and told Jamie to run home to Mira and Tilly as soon as possible. Unfortunately, Laura does not get to go out of this house. A reactivated Elliot hits Laura in the head with a hammer to knock her unconscious. Now thinking that Laura is dead, Elliot packs her bags and brings her to his dock. However, Laura secretly kept a knife in her hand, so she used it to cut the bag she was locked in and came out. However, when she checked inside their boat, Laura saw that her husband had been badly injured. At this time, Laura tries to call for help through the radio, but Elliot has already destroyed all communication on their boat. At the same time, as soon as she saw Elliot getting back into the boat, Laura hit Elliot with a weapon in her hand and started running from this place. However, after running like this, Laura and Elliot are once again trapped in another place. Elliot says at this point that you can never escape from me, you will always be mine. At this time, Laura uses her maximum strength to hit Elliot, and Elliot is thrown down from the window on the other side. Elliot is dragged to the ground dead from this falling blow. Anyway, after fixing the mistakes made by Laura as well as her husband's mistakes, these two start a beautiful life again. Your presence on this thrilling journey means the world to us. If you've had a good time, kindly think about subscribing and giving us a thumbs up. Your support doesn't just impact us. It helps others find and enjoy our content too. Until our paths cross once more, stay well and farewell for now.